Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Shooting Mechanic. Welcome to the re-upload of this video. Hopefully it won't be such a disaster in editing as the last one, and hopefully this one won't get copyright claimed. I'll see what I can do about it. If it does, I just hope that come out as a chopped up mess. Well, let's get started. Lily Singh answers the web's most searched questions, Wired. Let's see what this has to say again. Man, I really don't want to go through with this again, but since I love all 13 of you, I'm going to do it again.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Lily Singh, and you're watching the Wired Autocomplete interview. Oh, yeah. What if I hit the camera and it fell?
As I said last time, if you hit the camera and it fell, the cameraman would probably get mad at you for throwing shit at his camera.
Thank you. All right, when is Lily Singh's birthday? Oh, easy. September 26th.
Oh, and coincidentally, or maybe not so coincidentally, this video was actually uploaded on her birthday. And like I said before, is anyone else really surprised that her birthday was in September, or is it just me?
Yes, I will take gifts. Who is Lily Singh replacing on NBC? I am replacing Carson Daly. A lot of people have thought it's Jimmy Fallon or Seth Meyers.
You don't have the grapes to replace Jimmy Fallon.
Or James Corden. It's none of those white men. It is the other white man, Carson Daly, who has been very sweet and supportive, I need to say.
And here she goes again about hating the white man this, white man that. I bet you within the next 2 minutes she'll mention something about her being a bisexual woman of color.
Lily Singh, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Oh, I know what this is. The highlight of my life was being a question on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. It was something along the lines of, who is a really sexy YouTuber that's very talented? I'm paraphrasing. And the answer was me.
You call yourself talented when, if you just look up your own name in the YouTube search bar, there are videos with thousands or hundreds of thousands or even over millions of views that say you're not talented. You are not talented whatsoever. God, here you are tooting your own horn.
What is Lily Singh's favorite color? Okay, this is the whole thing because I like pink. Yellow makes me very happy, but I feel like I get judged for liking pink because it's supposed to be girly.
There's nothing wrong with liking pink. I'm a boy and my favorite color is blue. But do people just automatically assume that I like blue because I'm a boy? No, I just like blue. It's a good color. It reminds me of the ocean and things like that. But mostly why I like blue is it makes me think of, like, especially like a light blue. It reminds me of those light blue saltwater taffies, which are my favorite candy, by the way. Saltwater taffies reminds me of the blue one, which is my favorite one. That's why my favorite color is blue.
And then I'm also conflicted because I don't want to hurt any of the other colors' feelings. This question stresses me out.
Oh, so you do care how the colors feel, but apparently you don't care about, all the people you are making feel to be second best, not as good, just because they're white and male, right? You don't care about upsetting, a whole gender or race of people, but you care about offending yellow, thinking he's going to talk shit on you to purple. God, you're an idiot.
What is Lily Singh's real name? Lily Singh's real name is Lily Singh. I know what you're thinking. It's too short for an Indian person, and you're racist.
I know what you're thinking. It's too short for an Indian name, and you're racist. So you just assumed what I was thinking. You assumed what everyone who's watching this is thinking, and then called them racist based on what you assumed they thought. Again, God, you're a fucking idiot, woman.
Okay, it's just Lily Singh. It's not Inder, Binder, Jeet, nothing. Just Lily Singh is what it is. What does Lily Singh's tattoo say? Ooh, I have 5. One is this heart, and then I have, this says without fear, it says without hate. On my ankle, I didn't put lotion on, but you can't see it. There's a staircase that's on every chapter of my book. This essentially just means like keep climbing, keep working, stay grounded.
Keep climbing, keep working, stay grounded. What you have done to climb this ladder, or I should say a staircase of fame, is just hate on white men. See, if I was doing this channel and just hating on white men, I would become very popular very, very quickly. I would get propped up and boosted by the left wingers. Not to mention, YouTube's algorithm would also boost me up really high. And you don't become famous, well, let me rephrase this, you shouldn't become famous just based on the fact that you are a bisexual woman of color and hating on white people and men. That's not how anybody should become famous. But sadly enough, in today's day and age, it happens.
And then I have, should I just take my clothes off? Right here, it says One Love.
About the One Love tattoo, it's like, wow, really? Okay. It's like, One Love, Bob Marley. Nothing wrong with Bob Marley. He made really good music. I like his music. Well, some of it at least. I don't like all of it, but there are a few songs of his that really make me feel good, as I'm sure with a lot of people. But God, that's kind of a cliche, getting One Love tattooed on you like that. I mean, come on.
You see it? You see it? It says One Love, which is my favorite Bob Marley song and my general mantra for life. What movies has Lily Singh been in? I've made small cameos in Ice Age.
The only movies I'd like to see Lily Singh in are on Pornhub.
Collision Course, in Bad Moms, and in Fahrenheit 451. More to come, hopefully.
Hopefully not, unless you show your tits. Then yes, if you show your tits, then yeah, hopefully more to come. And maybe with a ball gag in your mouth so you can shut the fuck up.
Casting directors. What Lily Singh character are you? A lot of my house is filled with beards and wigs. This is why I'm single. I do a lot of characters. I dress up as
Lily Singh, trust me, that is not why you're single. Let's just get that out of the way right now. That is not why you're single. You're single because you're a hateful piece of shit. A hateful, unfunny pile of garbage.
my mom and my dad, then there's Jessica, then there's Samuel, then there's Lilinder, then there's a little Lily. And there was a BuzzFeed quiz about which character are you. I think shockingly I didn't get myself. I think I might have gotten my mom. It's true what they say. You just turn into your parents. This is a whole...
I wouldn't give a whole lot of validity on the accuracy of a BuzzFeed test when they do tests like, gosh, what's that one? How woke are you? Or what was that other one? It was like, what kind of toast are you? Or something. I can't remember.
Someone make an appointment with my therapist. What is Lily Singh's phone number? Okay. Okay. I mean, depends. We'll see.
No, honestly, Lily Singh, I know I hate on you a lot, but let me get one thing clear. I would bone you like crazy. I would put a permanent impression on your cervix. I would screw you till like there's no tomorrow. You are an extremely fuckable woman. And I know you guys are gonna hate me for saying shit like that to her, but you know, she can hate on a race of people. I can make sexual jokes about Lily Singh. That's how the world works.
Why is Lily Singh?
Like I said before, Lily Singh is because her mother didn't swallow her, or that her dad has poor pull-out game. One of those two. That's the only way I can really imagine that she came to fruition.
The whole thing. Because, I don't know. Why is Lily's, I don't know, I just am. In 1988, 2 immigrants from India came to Canada. It was a drunken night. Things happened. They probably didn't know how to do it because they've been suppressed their entire lives because such is Indian culture. And then I came in.
I think you mean to say oppressed. They were oppressed. Anyway, if you said they were oppressed by Indian culture, because I think out there they can't drink. So, did they drink like by choice? Were they kind of pushed into it, or what? So, I don't know if your parents were married when they had you, but like, boy, as soon as they immigrated, they sure seem to have lost all their values pretty quickly. Not saying that those values are values that people should live by, because the world changes around countries like that, and they tend to just stay the same. But I'm pretty sure your parents would have at least kept the value of not drinking it or having premarital sex, assuming if they weren't married.
Into existence. That is why Lily Singh.
One more thing. Nothing wrong with premarital sex, just don't get anybody pregnant.
Why is Lily Singh called Superwoman? Ah, great question. So I named myself Superwoman in 2010 when I created my YouTube channel, clearly thinking it wouldn't go anywhere because calling yourself a trade.
You calling yourself Superwoman on YouTube is like me calling myself King of the World Master Cock. And you called yourself Superwoman, which is pretty much the female version of King of the World Master Cock. It is just hyping yourself up and giving yourself more credit than you actually deserve.
Trademark DC name is not the smartest business move, but it just felt really empowering to me. It was based off a hip hop song by Lil Mo and Fabulous, but I recently dropped that and I go by Lily now, which
Any artist whose rap name starts with Lil is kind of a bitch. Prove me wrong.
is my fake name. Why is Lily Singh a hero?
Man, girl, I gotta say, I like your O face. But I gotta say as well, Lily Singh, you are not a hero. If anything, you are the anti hero. You're the antagonist, and you don't even know it.
I mean, you tell me. I guess we're all our own superheroes. I think I'm a superhero because if I had to pick one thing, I think I have a pretty great work ethic. I think that makes me a superhero. Why is Lily Singh so popular?
Because she's boosted by the left wing media. Instead of having to climb up a pedestal herself and go through all the hard work, she just gets a jetpack to fly to first place. And then while she's up on that pedestal in first place, she's looking down on those people climbing up that pedestal, climbing that mountain, telling them they just have to try harder. Like I said before, Lily Singh, you're a piece of shit.
Beats me! I think I started making YouTube videos at a time when no one else that looked like me did, and I
Start making YouTube videos at a time that someone known that looked like you did. So what are you insinuating here? Are you saying women? Are you saying colored people? Are you saying colored women? Because I guarantee that there are plenty of colored people and colored women making YouTube videos. They just didn't take off, because either, they didn't have the stuff to make it, or that they just, I guess, just weren't hating white men enough. Maybe that's the secret to success as a a woman of color, and that's just hating on people that are more famous than you, and eventually you'll just get what you want.
was talking about things that no one else was for my community.
Like what? Hating white men and you being a bisexual immigrant woman of color. Woman, like I said, you are not the first to talk about anything you have been talking about in your entire life. Someone's always talked about it before you have. But the thing is, the way with this world is changing, and our degradation of our societal moral fabric coming into fruition, it is easier for people like you now to get famous. And the reason you're able to get famous is because you blame white men for all your misfortunes, and that makes you relatable to other colored people or women, because they just want somebody to blame other than themselves for why their life sucks.
And I think a lot of people could relate to that. Also, I have great hair, and so even if I'm
No, you don't. You have terrible hair. I don't even know what the fuck this even is. Looks like you got cornrows on top that come back to a bun, but your straight hair comes straight down. That's like 3 hairstyles at the same time. Like, you got like the cornrows up here, you got the bun, you got the Subaru bun up here, and you have this straight hair that comes down. Decide on a haircut.
I'm not funny. People don't really mind.
Introducing Dell Latitude, now with Chrome Enterprise.
Is Lily Singh married to The Rock? No, I'm not married to The Rock. Not in this lifetime, at least. But he has been a great mentor to me. He was my idol growing up. Absolutely obsessed. I had the opportunity to meet.
How would some of the people of your audience feel, that hate men in the same kind of way you do? How would they feel that he was a mentor to you growing up? That a man was a mentor to you growing up? Not just a man, but a very masculine man was a mentor to you growing up.
Meet him. I'm grateful enough to say that we're friends now, and he gives me advice during my most trying times. Is Lily Singh back on YouTube? This makes me sad. Did I
Please get off YouTube and never come back.
leave YouTube? I did take a break.
I'm not saying she should be kicked off of YouTube. I feel like I have to reiterate that. I'm not saying she should be kicked off YouTube because of her message. I'm just saying I just want her to leave of her own volition, because she's bad and she should feel bad and she should know that.
From social media the end of last year. And I guess I don't have as regimented as a schedule, so people might think I've left YouTube, but I've not left YouTube. I am very passionate about the community. Even with my new late night show, it's important to me to continue uploading whenever I can on YouTube because I love that community and that fan base so much. Is Lily Singh vegetarian? I am!
And that surprises... Oh, I can't hear anything. Sounds like it surprises literally fucking nobody.
I am vegetarian, not to be confused with vegan. I respect vegans, but
Real quick, the difference between a vegetarian and a vegan is a vegetarian does not eat animal meat. A vegan does not eat any animal products, including but not limited to, their fur, milk, their meat, or anything like that. If it has anything to do with an animal, a vegan wants nothing to do with it.
I feel like not enough people know the difference between vegans and vegetarians. So I don't eat meat, but cheese and stuff I still do because I like happiness. Is Lily Singh in F the Prom? Oh yeah! I am in F the Prom. This was
How do you forget being in a movie or a TV show? You've only been in a few movies and TV shows, so it's not like you have a huge list to go on.
was produced by the Fine Bros. They graciously asked me to cameo as a teacher in this movie. It is on Netflix. So I guess my previous question of which movies you were in, I'm an idiot, and I forgot this one.
That's something me and you can't agree on. You are an idiot.
Is Lily Singh in Stranger Things? What? Oh, okay. I understand why you'd be confused between me and the Demogorgon.
Yeah, sure, just assume that people confuse you with, probably one of the more attractive characters in the film. God, the ego on this girl, I'm telling you.
We look very similar. I look as similar as that flower monster thing, but I'm not in Stranger Things. I think the reason this is here is because I'm good.
To be fair, I haven't really seen too much of Stranger Things, but I think I know the character she's talking about, and they look nothing alike.
Good friends with Noah, who is the little boy that gets abducted into the Upside Down. I guess I also have chilled with Millie a lot, so maybe I have a lot of friends in Stranger Things, and by association you think that. But no, I'm not cool enough to be in Stranger Things.
Damn straight, you're not cool enough to be in Stranger Things. You're not even cool enough to have your own deal on NBC. You're not even cool enough to be famous. In fact, you're not even in the positive realm of cool. You're like anti-cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're actually negative cool.
Is Lily Singh related to Humble the Poet? I know this is very confusing because he has a turban and a beard, and he's also brown. We're not related, we're just friends. Also, important note that every person you see with a beard and turban is not Humble. They're different people, just all wearing a turban.
That sounds like you're stereotyping, Lily. And maybe even a little racist.
Whee! Does Lily Singh have a sister? I do. I have an older sister. Her name is Tina. She's 6 years older than me. She has 3 adorable baby boys who are my nephews. I followed her footsteps when I got my psychology degree. Years later, she followed my footsteps to be on YouTube. So, full circle moment.
Sounds like your dad just has bad pull-out game right now.
Where did Lily Singh come from?
Your dad couldn't back out of a fucking driveway. I meant to say he could not pull out of a driveway. There we go.
I am originally from Toronto, which is in Ontario, which is in Canada. I guess that's what that question means. For some reason, my first instinct was to say an egg, like Yoshi. I don't know why.
If you did come from an egg, it sure as hell wouldn't be a Yoshi egg. It'd be like one of those crazy, disgusting looking eggs like an alien. And then you just pop out of someone's chest. I feel like that's actually how you were conceived. I feel like you just like popped out of someone's stomach. And you were a fucking monster.
But that's not where I came from. Where does Lily Singh live? I currently live in LA.
Planet Earth, unfortunately. But is anyone surprised that she lives in LA? Like the AIDS needle and public defecation capital of the United States? People are like, oh, I want to go live in LA, or I want to go live in Seattle. It's like, okay, make sure you get all your shots first. Like, damn.
In Hollywood, and I moved there in 2015. But most of the time, I live in Unicorn Island. Does Lily Singh speak?
Is Unicorn Island a real place, or is that something I don't understand that she just said? I don't know what Unicorn Island is, so I'm just gonna move on. Let's go.
French? Do I? Je suis un poisson. Yes, I do.
She can actually speak a lot of French. Very fucking funny woman.
Speak French. I'm from Canada. I learned French all the way up until grade 10, and thus I know how to solely order a pizza and nothing else. I don't know how to ask for help. I don't know how to say, I'm hurt. I don't know how to ask for directions.
As I have said before, and I will say it again, if you are hurt, it is not hard to tell somebody that you're hurt. If you really are hurt, you can find a way to make them find out very quickly that you are hurt. As like holding on to a part of your body and showing that you're in pain. I could show somebody that I hurt my leg or hurt my back and not have to say a word.
Directions, but I can order a pizza, and also I know circus terms. Where did Lily Singh go to college? So I actually went to university.
I'm actually surprised she didn't say the School of Hard Knocks, which would not be true for her at all.
And before you comment below saying, you're so pretentious, why are you making this correction? In Canada, it's different. College and university is different.
Here, it's actually different, too. I'm just not sure, on what the requirements for college and university are out in Canada. And I watch a lot of college football, so I can kind of tell the difference between college and university the best I can. But do your own research. Don't take what I'm about to say to heart. Do your own research, and if I'm wrong about any of it, please, I implore you, correct me below in the comment section. Oh, and make sure to subscribe. I was watching that, most of you that watch aren't subscribed, so make sure to subscribe and hit that bell. Anyway, colleges... oh, man. Colleges generally are smaller, have less students, and less activities or programs. Universities, on the other hand, are generally very big, have a lot of programs, and have a lot of students. Like Idaho State University versus CWI, College of Western Idaho. One's, a great big university, and College of Western Idaho is a little bit smaller where people go to do basic stuff. See, College of Western Idaho is where I'm going this August to be a diesel mechanic or industrial equipment mechanic. AKA. So it means I'll probably be working with natural gas as well. I'm already a pretty accomplished mechanic. I just like having the piece of paper that says I know what I'm doing. People seem to trust that more. And nothing wrong with that.
I went to York University in North York, and I was part of the dance team there, and our chant was, "Deep in the heart of the York jungle, you can hear the lions rumble. Ooh, ooh, why you, why you?" We never won a competition.
Why would you? I'm sure they've won a competition at some point. Maybe like not while you were there, but if they never won a competition ever, they'd probably just delete that program. But listen, credit where credit is due. That was a very decent chant. I didn't know you could actually put effort into something and make it actually come out kind of okay. Good on you.
How tall is Lily Singh in feet? I'm 5'5". Is that I think so. On a
Yes, I am 1 inch taller than her.
good day, 5'5". I'm really lying. I'm really short, but I keep saying 5'5". Like on dating apps, I always put 5'5", but whatever. It's fine. No one's gonna know. Is this going public? How old is Lily Singh now? I'm 25.
No, you're not.
26. I'm 30.
31, I believe. You're born in what, 1988? What is it, 2020 now? I'm not going to do that.
How many subscribers does Lily Singh have? On my main channel, I am grateful to say I have about 15 million subscribers. And on my second channel, I believe I have around 3 million. So across both channels, it would be 18 million. Subtracting all the fake accounts that are just me, 5 million? We're self-aware. Lily Singh, How to Be a Boss PDF. Ooh, How to Be a Boss is the book I launched, published, I want to say 2-3-ish years ago. I'm grateful to say it was a New York Times bestseller. It is a guide.
I don't want to rag on authors too much, but I see a lot of New York Times bestsellers. So if you're an author writing a book, it can't be that hard to get a New York Times bestseller, right? At least from what I've heard, they're practically handing that shit out for 99 cents a pop. So I don't know how much validity it being a New York Times bestseller has.
On how not to survive life, but conquer life, and it's one of my greatest accomplishments because
I bet you that book's only 3 pages long. How to Survive and Conquer Life. Step 1, be a bisexual woman of color. Step 2, hate all white men. Step 3, tell jokes about hating white men and about being a bisexual woman of color. Congratulations, you've graduated. Go be famous.
Because, it's like really hard to write a book. Can we just take a moment? It's very hard. I wrote every word. It took a year from my birthday to my birthday because I like to torture myself. I wrote this book. It's 50 chapters. And
year after year, 50 chapters. Are you actually 50 years old? Dun dun dun. And yes, credit where credit is due. Writing a book is difficult. I have written one book, but it has not been published, and it is a stack of papers sitting in a shoebox in my bedroom. And I've always kind of been too scared, well, not scared, but nervous to ever want to get it published. So there it will sit until I decide that one day I want to get off my ass and do something with it.
And I'm very, very proud of it. And like I said, it's not about just surviving life, it's about conquering. So one of the chapters is about don't just pay your bills, save up enough to go on vacation. Some of my favorite excerpts from the book are embedded into the intro of my late night show in that fast text that's scrolling through. So if you want to pause and find those Easter eggs, if you care, then that's a thing. That's cool.
Man, I wish you could do that thing. God, that was awful, but I wish you could do that thing on your knees in front of me for, just a few minutes is all I need.
That's an exclusive for The Wired. That's an exclusive. No one else knows that. Got you. Lily Singh, How to Make a Sandwich. This is one of my favorite videos. I made a video a while ago when I first moved to LA called How to Make a Sandwich. And it was inspired by the good amount of sexist comments I've gotten over my YouTube career that would say, women aren't funny, go back to the kitchen, make a sandwich.
Well, it's not like those are unfounded comments. You're you are like painfully and offensively unfunny, and Amy Schumer's not really funny either. Like she's okay, kind of funny, but goddamn, I watched that leather special with Amy Schumer, and holy shit, she looked like a blue whale stuffed into a condom.
As we
And she was unfunny. She had like one or two good ones out of that whole special.
know, this is a very common thing that is said to women. So I made an actual tutorial on how to make a sandwich because so many people didn't know how to make one. But it's a very sassy.
How do you not know how to make a sandwich? You get 2 pieces of bread. If you're making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, put your peanut butter on one slice, the jelly on the other side, slap it together, there's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And if you're like making another sandwich, just find stuff in the fridge that looks good, something you want to eat, you know, like meat and cheese and condiments, and just put it together the way you want. There's no set way on how to make a sandwich, as long as the 2 pieces of bread are holding something together.
Video where I'm basically roasting the person that left the comment. One love, we love everyone, but you know, lighthearted fun never hurt nobody.
If someone were to do the same lighthearted fun equivalent of that against you, you would be screaming and pouting that it's racist, that it's this and that. Like, if I made a video called "How to Be an Unfunny Comedian," I would put on a wig and put on, what is that, tweed? A tweed pantsuit, and just look like you and just hate on white men for 5 minutes and just be like, and that's how you be an unfunny comedian. But that wouldn't go over that well because she'd be like, sexist. But I do have it in my head, and that might be something I do later, depending on what's really going on in my life.
I learned a lot today. I learned that no matter how many thousands of videos I have on the internet, people still don't know my real name. It's in my intro.
I'm glad a lot of people don't know your real name because a lot of people don't deserve to be tortured by anything you say.
And then I say it, and then I say it with my outro. I think people might not know things about me.
Probably because you're not popular. Duh.
That's all.